Hello students, I'm going to try this Screencastify to see if this will help clarify, and I'm going to try to move a little quicker so you can watch the video and use your time to practice. So I want to bring out a couple things. Notice this is the 3-octave scales and arpeggio. So these are really important to start practicing on a daily basis. Right now we don't have the luxury of playing together, and that's where you learn the majority of your music. So you're going to have to really focus on how you practice. You can get better faster at home than you can at school if you adopt the right practice method. So let's start by talking about the 3-octave scales and arpeggios. Okay, so you have, go ahead and make sure you read all of this. We're going to go back to this 24-note system and talk about that later. But first, let's just learn how to play the scales and arpeggios. So you have 3 different ways to play these scales, or 3 different types of fingerings. You have an open string fingering, where you start on an open string, and the patterns are the same. You have a first finger start. You put your first finger on one note, the patterns are the same no matter what scale. Then you have a second finger pattern. So this is something that you can refer back to when you're trying to memorize your scales, and you just want to look at the number rather than the note. That's kind of where we're headed. So now we're going to go to C major. Notice that it starts with a second finger. I know that some of you take private lessons, and I get that. I need you to learn this scale on second finger. This is a great alternative to what you're doing if you're not doing it. So starts on second finger, C major, goes through, and it labels these half steps for you. So what I want you to do and how you practice this is I want you to put a space between notes. Don't play legato. I want you to play with second finger on C, very set. Whoops. Extend. And try to find the note before you go on. So you've got all those green patterns, right? Then you shift to fourth, half step, half step, shift to sixth, shift to eighth, and then you've got this fourth finger extension where you just go whoop, and you go back. So it's important that you leave your fingers down up here, okay, or slightly get them out of the way, but don't do this where your fingers pop up. Okay, C major arpeggio, same thing, second finger start. Okay, you want to make sure that you're just going through that slowly. I've practiced my arpeggios a lot, so I'm able to just kind of play through it. You're going to have to spend some time on this and making sure that you are finding these notes. I'm going to ask that you do this on a daily basis, and in the future submit it for attendance. So this needs to be very fluent. Okay, I'm going to pause and I'm going to go through the other instruments and let you know if there's some things that you need to look out for. Okay, viola, you have the same thing. Open string start, first finger start, second finger start. You guys, this is your easy scale. So this is a scale you should already know. C major, violins know theirs too, but theirs is a little bit more difficult. So just know this might be a little bit different than the fingering I gave you. I want you to use this fingering, okay? Because also it has this fourth finger extension. Okay, you extend it back and forth. Be sure you leave your fingers down up in that position, all right? So if I'm playing this, I'm not going to play this very long. I just want to play, I'm going to start in the third measure, okay, on the E. Shift. Fifth position. Elbows around, right? Now here I've got this little, see my fingers are down, and then I extend. Then I lift my fingers, they're already there. Right, okay, so then here I shift to third position, string cross, right? And then it repeats. I always try to do those repeats. Notice it has a little turn in the beginning. The turn means you play 3 notes before you start the scale. Da, 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 da. Right, make sure you're putting that in. All right, C major arpeggio. Shift while you're on the open string. Third position. Bring the elbow around. Elbow leads the shift. Sixth position. And you're there, right? third position. You know where that is. In essence, 2 shifts, 1 big shift. That's really not that bad. Okay, so going on to the cello. Good luck. Okay, cello. Notice your C major starts in first position, right? You know this scale. Shifts to 4th position, then 7th, right? So this is, I'm not going to demonstrate it. You already know how to do this. Here is the interesting part. Okay, this is the arpeggio. Notice there's just one line here. Notice that it starts in 2nd position. This says 2.5 just because it starts on an E and not on an E flat. So what they're saying is if it starts on the 2nd finger, that's 2nd position. If it starts on the 3rd finger, that's 2.5 position. It's just a clarification so that you know exactly where to put your 1st finger. Same thing there, 5.5 position. Right? It says it's on a C, 1st finger. So I'm sorry, an E instead of an E flat. Same thing. Okay, so I would find your 3rd finger, put your 1st finger there, and you want to start there. So 4, you stay there. 2, shift on the G string, E, right? So E, 3. I think that's a misprint. I think that should be a 4. So I want you to go ahead and change that. 1, 4, 2, shift, 1, 3, 2. Notice how I leave my fingers down. That helps me. That's why arpeggios is so important. They work on a hand shape, hand structure. And I go back down, find that note, then this should be a 4. Shift down. So I want to feel each frame, then I shift. Feel hand shape, then I shift. Okay, that's what arpeggios are structured to do. Then so good luck, and I'm going to go to the bass. All right, bass. Yours is a little tricky. You've got a C major 3-octave scale, but you drop down, just like you do on a D, but you drop down on a C. So it's playing a little turn at the beginning here, right? So you've got the 2nd finger, C. Sorry, make sure I'm situated here. So I start with 2nd finger, then I shift there. So I'm replacing that 2nd finger with 1st finger. And then I replace open D with 4th finger. And that's a turn, okay? So 2nd finger, replace, drop down, half position. 1st position. And stay there. 3rd position. 2nd finger, C. Sorry, 2nd finger, E, F. That mark means thumb position, harmonic, right? After I play that harmonic, press the finger down, then 1st finger, 2nd finger, half step 3rd finger. So I've got all 3 fingers down like this. See, I've got a straight arm, arm's not resting on the bass. Harmonic, back to 5th position, 2nd finger, right, 3rd position, 1st position. And then you have that turn at the end, so just making sure you go to half position on the E string. Here's the arpeggio, starts with 1st position, does the drop down. So you've got C, E, G, C. Then here it gets tricky, okay? This is where you shift to an F, but it's not, I'm sorry, not an F. You shift to a C, but it's not on the G string. It's on the D string. So after you play open G, you got to find that note, 5th position. That's what they're referring to. Okay, so if I didn't start again. Sorry. Then I stay there. My 2nd finger, thumb harmonic, and then 3rd finger. All my fingers down, right? Don't worry about the rhythm. Just try to find the notes. We'll have the rhythm later. Harmonic, fifth position, second finger, string cross, open, G, shift down. It's a really awesome exercise for you. Okay, basses, good luck. You got to play it better than I can. Talk to you soon.